What's up, you guys? It has been a long time since we've been at this view. So first of all, I want to say, hey, my name is Ashley. For those who are new here, hey girl. And for all of my new people coming through, what's up? So today I wanted to give you guys a quick update on all of my planners because it has been quite a while since we've specifically done a planner video. In true fashion, we are down here in my basement, so ignore the extra noise. It may not even bother you, but it is like right up in my ear because my furnace is like legit right behind me. But yeah, so we gonna get through everything that I have recently been using. These are my two main planners here, and then I have my two hobby planners here. So of course, let's go on ahead and start with these guys. So today we are going to be talking what my current setup is. If you guys are interested in what my old setup was, I will go on ahead and link that video. Not much has changed, but I do want to just give you guys an overall view of what is different and how I plan to begin to prep for the 2024. This may sound crazy to some, but I begin thinking about where I'm at currently in my planner starting in about September, and we are just about at the my Apple Watch is dead. We are right about at the end of August. It is currently August 21st, so you guys will probably see this within the next couple days, but yeah, we're currently at the tail end of August, and in September is when I start thinking about, okay, what worked for me, what didn't work, what can I eliminate, what can I try to cut back on, etc. So without further ado, let's talk my main planners. Okay, so when we are talking about my main planners, I keep two main planners. So you see here a smaller one, which is my on-the-go / business planner. I love this guy. This is a Notique cover. As you can see here, this setup is the same as it was at the beginning of the year. We will get into that shortly. And then we have here so we have here my home planner. So let's first start in my on the go. So this year I decided to go with the Notique cover, and I must say, love it. Love it a ton. It looks really, really sleek. It's giving expensive because it was, child. And I have really, really thoroughly been enjoying this. Mostly, like I said, I use this as my on-the-go / business planner. I'm not going to pull these out, but I keep all of my receipts and things in here that are business related, and I know that they are here, and at the end of the year I just pull them all out and I stick them in an envelope marked 2020, for this case 2023, and I know that I have all of my receipts in one place. I don't always solely rely on digital. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. So I like to keep a paper receipt as well as any checks that were written to me in any capacity. So that's the first thing here. This little situation here, as you can see, it has not changed since the beginning of the year. I've really enjoyed this minimal setup. I think it looks really nice. At first I thought, oh, maybe I want to switch it up for the seasons and da-da-da. No, honey, for this planner, this is strictly functional right here, which leads me to my next point. Let's get into all the rest of this. So at the beginning here, you can see I kept this little card here, which I almost never see. And then you have all of these things here, which I plan to put like little photos in these spots just to cover up the back of this card, which actually came in the Find Your Balance Be Happy box from the Happy Planner. But I mean, like you see, I did not go back. I don't ever look at this page, but it is nice to have in the case that, you know, I do flip up to the front. I see some positive quotes. Same here. Maybe I will go on ahead and put some pictures in there. I don't know yet, but I like that my nails match it. Anywho, so oh look, The way that I have been having this set up has not changed at all. So at the beginning of my planner, I started off with one half of the year. I ended up swapping it over into this little guy here. So you can see January through June fits in there nicely, and so then July through December fits in there nicely right at the front of my planner. So I just swapped that out after the first half of the year was done, and then we popped in the second half of the year. This is my currently week, which again, it is Monday the 22nd, so or 21st, so I have not yet filled this out to its fullest. But if you guys are interested in the sticker books I use, did I bring those down here? So this is my current weekly spread. You can see I kind of just got done with it because I have not quite cut off and I can't find a scissor near me. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so I use my weekly to kind of notate any errands I may need to run. In this spot here, I put my meal ideas for dinner for the week, and then over here I have liked, well, let's go back a week, maybe not 1 week because I was out of town this week, but you can see here I like to put my dinner ideas for the week, and then anything that I need to purchase I go on ahead and put in here. Any appointments, errands. Like I said, the past week and a half I've been in and out of town. So I was in New York for the weekend, and then this past week I was out of town in Tampa. I was going to see Beyonce, child. Way more important than planning, child. I don't need to plan when I can show up as a queen. Anywho, but yeah, that's pretty much how I like to use this setup. And then you can see here any other important things. Yeah, I don't know why I'm tempted to like check these things off because I got them done, child. The ordering of the tripod was not necessary. The packing for Seoul was not necessary. And I did indeed make some dinner reservations. So yeah, like, you know, that's pretty much how I like to use this dashboard. It is amazing for just boom, 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 getting stuff together. Honestly, all of these stickers are not even necessary. Like, there have been weeks that I don't decorate at all. As you can see, I kind of keep track of the same things. Again, grocery lists, dinner ideas, basic errands, things of that nature. And this particular week I didn't have anything on here. I probably had it in my main planner, but this is pretty much how I like to use my weeklies. So you can see here, sometimes I'll put down like any special goals. I'll get to filling that out later, but the weekly is staying for 2024. So there goes that. However, my next section in this planner is my daily planner. And I actually found out real fast that I have not been using these inserts at all. These are from Cloth and Paper. Beautiful paper, beautiful setup. Absolutely love it. Maybe only used it once this year. And here we are at the tail end of August. So this section here will actually come out of this planner, and I'm thinking that I may put a daily sheet from Cloth and Paper also into my main home planner. So that will change. And then we have business, which I have an envelope in front of the business section here. And even though I don't have a sheet filled out in here right now, this is a section that I use a lot of specifically for my business. If you guys are new here, I actually do hair. I run my business out of like a salon loft type situation. So for this section, I like to keep track of any inventory, any like tasks that I need to get done, etc. So I do like this insert here. This is from Fancy Plans Co. And it has been extremely helpful, and like I just like it because of the check boxes, honestly. And then I also have a little bit of this paper in the back as well. And then I put this section back here because I thought maybe I would want to keep track of any gardening related purchases that I want to make. But honestly, I haven't used it just a ton, but you never know. I'll go on ahead and keep this in as well. So the business and the additional gardening section will stay in here because obviously sometimes I may use these things on the run, but for the most part, the weekly and the business section is where this planner has thrived this past year so far. All right, so now let's talk about my home planner. Now, by far, this setup that I have is probably one of my favorites. And some things have changed. Again, if you guys want to see what happened or how I set things up at the beginning of 2023, definitely go back and check that video. But anyways, you can see Solana here has enjoyed the name page. Every year I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna use these pages for something. I don't, and it's fine. So this is the this here is the current week that I am operating from. And so far, I have been enjoying using a vertical again. We can run back real quick. Let's rewind. So at the beginning of the year, I was into it pretty deep, but I do the same thing every year. Once May, I want to say like closer to my birthday, maybe not. April, I actually did good. Look at me using my planner. Look at me using my planner. So I want to say sometime in May is when I kind of dropped off. Maybe not. I mean, look at your girl. Okay, so June got a little lazy, but maybe not. I don't know. I was doing good using my planner this year, actually. But I will say, I feel like I did not enjoy all the white space that I had. I found that because I use different planners for different things, I ended up with a lot of white space, and it would be nice to just have a more consolidated situation with my planner for next year. So while I am enjoying the vertical, I do want to explore other layouts, and I've seen recently that the Happy Planner has like a 2-week situation, 1 week here, 1 week here, similar to the dashboard layout, minus the like command page, kind of like, hold on, let's go back. So as opposed to us having this page here, it's like 2 of the same. And I thought about that for my home planner, but then I don't know. I really like the decorative aspect. So as of right now, I feel like I'm going to continue to go with a vertical because as you can see, I've been enjoying creating layouts and having that like creative outlet. But maybe there's something that's missing. Like there's something that I'm not using this planner for that I can begin to like really fill out more space. But anywho, so that's this week. And then of course I have my budgeting section, which I'm using this like very neutral, there's no information in here. This very neutral budget planner here, which I can probably do without. If I'm being honest, I don't enjoy writing out my budgeting stuff. So this may be a section of my planner that I can do without. Taking out my budgeting. I really like the Mint app. I feel like it keeps me organized as far as seeing what bills are coming up next, etc. Sorry for the kick on of the furnace, but it is what it is. But I don't know, we'll see. Right now I still have a lot more of these inserts, so I may just continue to use them up and I'll see if I miss them or not. The next section here has changed. So what used to live here, you can go back and check out, but for right now, the main thing that I do in my home section is meal planning. And I really like this monthly insert here because, as you can see, I just jot in some dinner ideas, and sometimes it's spot on, but other times it's not. So like in the case of this cilantro lime chicken, my kids were really like, I'm not feeling that idea, can we just do smothered chicken? And so instead of that, I ended up doing smothered chicken, which is totally fine. And then as for right now, I haven't been using these pages, if I can turn it, in the back at all. But what I'm thinking is I can probably come up with a master list. I want to start planning out my dinners even more detailed ahead of time. So like come up with a basic meal plan for the month, which is something that I used to do. Jot down my master list, check my pantry, etc., and then check off all the things on this, and then like still have a weekly list for the things that you constantly have to replenish. I don't know yet, I haven't tried it out, but this is all that is living in the home section for right now. And then the next section is my goals, which I don't feel comfortable sharing, but I just like to keep these sheets in here, which came in the Blooms and Butterflies companion pack. And if they still sell those, honestly, I'll probably end up buying another one of those because I just like this entire situation. Like, I love these dividers. I love the way that I have this entire planner like structured and set up. And maybe instead of this being the budgeting section, this might end up being where I put my daily sheets and just keep a handful of them at a time, just to access pretty quickly from the this week to the dailies. I don't know yet, but that's what I'm thinking. So I really like this setup, how I have all of these dividers like coordinating. This has by far been like my favorite, like I said. So the goals sheets are in here again from the Blooms and Butterflies. And then I just have like a couple of like, you know, lined papers here. And then in the back is my self-care. Now at first I just had, hold on, let me see if I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just had these pages in there, which is also from the Blooms and Butterflies companion pack. But I ended up putting in my gratitude journal, which came from a Be Happy box. I don't know that it's still available or not. If it is, I'll try to link everything down in the comment or in the description bar below of everything that I have in these planners. But if I don't, somebody just ask and I'll leave the link down now. Anywho, but yeah, we have a gratitude journal in here. And then I also created these sheets like a while ago, and I want to say that I started to make a video, but I didn't end up finishing it. But anyways, I have an AM and a PM routine, which I have not yet completed, which is fine. I have a reading log, which I need to fill out because I've completed more books since all of this. Ideas for a digital detox, some self-love ideas. I really wanted to get more into my yoga. However, I have been having some chronic back pain issues, so that's kind of been at a halt. And then I'll also just have some random notes from therapy that I like to keep. And these pages actually came from the Blooms and Butterflies notebook, which we will get into next. So yeah, I have that. And then these pages as well from the Blooms and Butterflies. And that pretty much concludes my home planner. I like to carry this planner around with me in the house. It goes from my room to downstairs for like random tasks that I need to get done around the house. And I have really, like I said, this is by far like my favorite setup. The only thing that will probably like really change is like the discs. Even though they haven't been giving me any issues, I kind of like the matchiness of these two together. So yeah, this is so far my favorite. Yeah, so let's now move on to our hobby planner. All right, so moving on into our hobby planners, let's go on ahead. We have two here. We have my YouTube planner, and then we have my gardening planner. Let's go on ahead and start with my YouTube planner, even though, like, honestly, these two kind of go hand in hand, because for the most part my content consists of gardening related things, but I do like the fact that these are separate. So let's start here, and then we'll move into the gardening planner, even though it hasn't changed much. Anyways, so this cover comes from the Blooms and Butterflies notebook, and then I just pulled some miscellaneous items that I was having a hard time using in with my home planner and etc. So let's just go through it. So the first thing that I have, as soon as you open this up, is this dashboard here, which came in the Blooms and Butterflies companion pack. On the top tab it says habits, but that's what it was initially going to be used for, and honestly I can take that off because it's no longer habits, but it's rather like just ideas for videos. So that's kind of what I've been using this for, which is just like a wet erase marker situation. And then at the top of this all, I have the monthly layout. So initially I was using the monthly layout for my home planning. However, I felt like it was overkill for me to have my vertical layout and then also this guy. I felt like I can log a lot more of those home items, which let's go on ahead and I'll show you what I mean. So like I was keeping track of like basic like housekeeping stuff, and then also meal planning, but I was also doing meal planning in my mini happy planner. I was also like keeping track of my grocery list in my mini happy planner as well. So like I said, this layout just became a little overkill for me to keep up with, and like you can kind of see it was like really sparse usage. So eventually I'm like, all right, like, do I continue to use this, or do I just switch up the use completely? You can see the monthly view was doing the same thing that I was doing in the other monthly view that I ended up replacing it with. But yeah, it was just becoming overwhelming to like keep up with lists here and then also on my weekly. So I decided to switch the monthly layout into my content creation planner, which is what I used to use it for. So I don't know why I ever deviated away from that idea, but we back at it. And so that is what is being used for currently, and it's kind of, I'm developing a flow again, so it's taken me a little bit of time to get back into it, but it is happening. So that is the first section here. And then next, which I'm still like getting used to this planner, this is like a new setup, but next I have just basic gardening dailies. So I ended up moving this section of my gardening planner into this planner. So this section here used to be in this guy, but I decided to pull it out because I found that I did not pull this out as much as I needed to. And so I wanted to put it in a place that I'll reach for most, which for content creation and my gardening, it kind of goes hand in hand, like I said, because a majority of my content is gardening related, and therefore I went on ahead and made the decision that this makes the most sense to live in here. So basically all of my dailies live in here, which are going to be where all of my gardening tasks lie. So I can plan ahead and say, okay, I have these tasks to do. What can my content be based around on this day, etc. if that makes sense. So that's why I went on ahead and put this section in there. And then I just put some notes, some note pages in here, which again comes from this exact planner. I love this. I love the design of the blooms and butterflies. I mean, I have not grown tired of the old overall design of this collection yet. Like between this notebook, my mini, and my home planner, like all of it is just a vibe to me. I mean, I love the way all three of these coincide together. So really, these are my main three binders. These are my main three planners that I go into. However, I do still, however, I do still dip into my gardening planner quite a bit. So this guy, for the most part, has not changed outside of that daily area, which you can see here I have pulled out. There's nothing behind this for the most part, but I was doing like currently. So that was like my main thing. I think in the future I can figure out some way somehow to like incorporate that in. That way I have like a quick like overall view of everything that I got done in the month. I kind of started it off in January, but then February hit and March hit and your girl just kind of fell off. But we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just develop some sort of page like this and just go throughout the calendar year, month to month, and just say what all got done or how much fruit got harvested or whatever. But all the rest of these have not changed. So we have the seeds, soil, layout, flowers, notes, and all of these notes are pretty much like previous year stuff and, you know, what we did, what we grew, etc., etc. So that is pretty much all that has changed in my gardening planner. All right, you guys, so that pretty much concludes this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed seeing a updated view on what is happening in my planners. If you guys really enjoy these planner videos, as the winter comes on, I feel like I'm gonna need something else to share with you guys. Obviously, the garden will kind of be slowly but surely going into hibernation mode. So I would love to begin sharing more planner content again with you all. Again, if you guys enjoy that, let me know down in the comment section below. But if this is not your jam and you really enjoy my channel, tell me down in the comment section below. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys enjoy watching my cooking videos? Do you want to see planning videos? Do you want to see other like arts and crafts that I do with my daughter? I would love to hear back from you guys, because that is something that I haven't done in a long time, is just like simply ask, like, what do y'all want to see? Because for a while I was putting in a lot of effort to create these planner videos, but I feel like I wasn't getting a lot of traffic on them. And then once I started doing my gardening stuff, a lot more traffic, a lot more interest came about. And so that's something that I'm also passionate about. But you can also see, like I said, I use my planners. I love decorating them. I love creating new systems and like recreating the system that I'm currently using to work for me. So like if you guys enjoy watching that, I would love to share. But if you guys don't enjoy watching that, I only know by the numbers. So let me know. I would love to hear back. So again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure that you go on ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit this with a thumbs up. Make sure that you come back around. I would love to see you. And until the next time, I wish you all health, wealth, and prosperity. Peace out.